When was the last time your business went a full day without you, without actually it needing you for a single thing? That's the question that I want to talk to you all about today on this awesome series of the operational leak. And listen, I want you to be honest about it. Okay. It's time. It's time for you to be honest about it. I'm hoping you guys can hear me. Hoping you can hear me. Let me know if you can. Be honest with yourself about that question. When was that last time? When was it? Was it a time where it wasn't, where you were actually having a slow day? Answer that question. A day where you generally ran with, where something actually really ran without you having to touch it. That is the question as we kick off episode 12. And I want you to be honest with yourself on that one. And let me be honest with you. Right now, today, as you can see, I'm in a totally different environment. I am back in my hometown, Cleveland, Ohio. And I've been here since the past, maybe since last Thursday. I've been here because I had the opportunity to celebrate my 40th class reunion, y'all. And let me tell you, I'm telling you and sharing this with you on purpose because I'm here in a totally different city, in a different environment. As you can see, the lighting, it may not be the best, but listen, I'm showing up. I'm still able to show up. And that's not an accident, it's on purpose. And that's the whole point of what we're talking about today. If you cannot remember the last time your business ran without you, that's exactly the type of thing that we are going to press on today and bring it to light for you. I want you, if you're that person who's struggling and you can't answer that question, or you're not quite honest with yourself about that question, well, I guess if you're not quite honest, you may not want to type what I'm going to ask you to type. Listen, put it in the comments. If you're struggling with the fact that you have not had that time where you could go away and not have to be the one doing all the business, drop it in the comment section. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and get started. Listen, the reality is you may have actually built yourself a business, or you may have built yourself a job that you can never quit. Now, I know that might sting for some of you, and I said it that way on purpose because every leak we have talked about, from the follow-up leak, the onboarding, the tools, the communications, the capacity, the pipeline, and last week I believe it was the scope creep. Every single one traces back to one root. It really does. To one root. The business is running on you. All of it. Only you. That's not good. It is not good. And today on the Operational Leak series, we are talking about the business runs on you leak. The leak that's underneath all of the others thus far that we've been talking about. For those of you who may not know me, I'm Danette Moss, business growth and operations expert, aka the strategy lady. And I collaborate with consultants and service-based business owners to simplify, automate, systematize, and streamline their operations, actually their business operations. Now that's 4 steps that spell S.A.S.S. So they can do what? They can stop drowning in the back end and build businesses that actually run on rinse and repeat. Here's what the leak looks like that I'm sharing today. Everything goes through you. The new lead comes in, you handle it. The client has a question, they text you. Something needs a decision, but it can't be made because it's waiting on you. A project moves forward only when you actually push it. Nothing actually happens unless you, and I keep pointing that out, you touch it. And on the surface, that may feel like this is how you really want it. Feels like you're the one that's needed. Some of us kind of get caught up in that. You want to feel like, hey, I'm running a show. I'm the one that's needed. It feels, in some cases, for some people, it makes you feel like, you're important. We know you are, right? But that's not how you should run your business. It feels like being the one who holds it all together because you got it going on. But listen, when you look closer at what it actually means, it means that you can never fully rest. You can never have these opportunities where you get a chance to go out of town, spend time with family. Heck, be like what I had the opportunity to do. Enjoy my 40th, my 40th class reunion. Yeah, I know I may not look like like I graduated 40 years ago, but it's real. It's true. I can fully rest in it. I can fully show up. But if you're doing everything, it means for you, a vacation is really not a vacation. It's you working just from a different location. That's not fun. It means if you get sick, the business gets sick with you. It means you cannot grow because the business has already hit the ceiling, y'all. And the ceiling is you, that bottleneck that I talk about often. That is the business runs on you leak that I'm talking about. And it doesn't happen because you're doing it wrong. It happens because you built the business by doing everything yourself. And you never stop doing everything yourself. I know it's kind of hard, right? Some of us, we operate on a shoestring budget. So I'm not talking about you that do that, right? But having certain things in place will help you be able to move more smoothly in an expedient way, right? Shoestring budget, hey, I'm cool with that. But we got to have some things in place. And the one thing is we got to correct that business runs only on you. So here's why this leak is underneath all the other leaks and why I wanted to address this leak for you. Because every other leak in this series that I've been talking about is literally a symptom of this one. The follow-up leak, things fall through because there's no system, right? I talk about that all the time. Only on your memory. We had the tool sprawl leak, 12 different possible apps. Some people may have 30, 40, 50 different apps holding things together or not necessarily holding things together, not talking to each other, just a hot mess. Then we have the communication leak that we talked about, where your clients go silent because you got busy and you are the only one reaching out to them, and you never did. The capacity leak, you become the ceiling what? Because you scaled yourself instead of the business. There's only a certain amount of hours in a day. There's only one you, full to capacity. Can't take on anything else. And then the scope creep leak. No boundaries. You forgot how to say no because you are the boundary. Every one of them, y'all, is the same. I guess if I want to title this as something that may be slightly uncomfortable, every one of them is the same disease wearing a different face. The business is depending entirely on you. And a business that depends entirely on one person is not an asset. It's a very demanding job, a job that you can't quit, a job that you can't sell, and something that you cannot step away from. You didn't go into business to operate like that. So let me show you what this actually cost. It costs you freedom, first and foremost. Listen, you built this to have more control over your life, but instead, it has more control over you. And you can't step away without everything stalling, everything going to a complete halt. It costs you growth. You physically can't you can't take on anymore because there's no more you to actually give. The business has capped out, right? That bottleneck again is hitting that ceiling. It's capped out at your personal capacity because it's just you. Listen, it's going to stay like that if you don't change it. It has to change. It costs you what the business is worth. And we know the business is worth much more than what you may be running into, because you can't sell a business that only works because you're the one in it that's running it. Strip you out, and there is nothing left to buy. Nothing. You have poured years, I mean years, into something with no resale value. That ain't cute, because the thing being sold would actually be you, because it's just you that's sitting up here in this. And it costs you what? We talked about it last week and probably a couple other weeks as well. It's costing you your peace underneath all of it. It's weighing down on you. The knowledge that if you stop, it all stops. That's not freedom, y'all. It's not. It may seem like it's beautiful because you're running it, but you are literally setting yourself up for what I'd like to say possibly the exhausting trip or trap. You have built it with your own two hands, and you feel like you're the only one that can do it. It's not cute. It's not. So let's go ahead on and let's fix this leak. Let's fix the business runs on you leak. And here's how you fix it. You know, I show up weekly with a S.A.S.S fix. So first, we're going to simplify as always. Again, we got to get back to it. Write down everything that you're currently working on. Write it down. Get it out of your head, down on paper. You should know it because you're doing it. Every task, every decision, every point where your business waits on you, the CEO. You cannot hand off what you have not made visible. This list is actually the map, right? Or some of us may call it the roadmap. The map of your own dependency. And it's the first time that most owners will possibly ever see it because they hadn't written it down. But today is the day. Today is the day. Get it out your head, down on paper. Second, we need to systematize, okay? Take the things on that list, that do not actually require you. It's redundant, y'all. I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to keep talking about it. And most of them really don't belong to you. You can turn them into some sort of documented type of process. You know, oftentimes you may hear that terminology, SOP or standard operating procedure, but you can't have that if you don't document it, right? The step-by-step approach. Get it out your head, onto paper, a process where someone else could follow it. I was talking to several people this week while I'm here in Cleveland about the fact that you cannot operate a business accordingly if it's here, and you can't expect for your team members to do it if they don't know what to do, where to start. You can't assume that they know something just because they possibly may see you doing it, because you do it naturally all the time. There's possibly going to be steps that you will miss telling them because you do it all the time, right? So get that process down on paper, a process that someone could follow. And this is how you turn the only I can do this into anyone trained can do it. Because, yeah, you got to train it. Third, Because you've done that, you can now automate it. I'm always going to show up with S.A.S.S. Simplify, automate, systematize, and streamline. It may be somewhat out of order, but when you have those things documented, you can begin to automate, to take that load off of you. The pieces that don't need the human touch, the reminders, the follow-ups, the confirmations, the scheduling. Go ahead and let them run without you. Every single task that you automate is one less thing that the business needs for you. That's the whole game, making the business need you less, literally. Okay? And fourth, streamline, streamline, streamline. It's time to streamline. Then step back and look at what generally requires you, which should actually be your actual expertise, your real genius, or some people may say your zone of genius. And build the business that can protect you. Build that business around protecting that. And only that. Your job is not to do everything. Your job is actually to do a few things only you can do. And when you build that system and the people around you, you'll move with ease. Things will be smoother for you and your team. So here is the action step for you this week. I'm going to give it to you on a weekly basis. And I'm hoping and praying that you're taking these necessary steps. This week, for one whole week, keep it simple. Keep a simple log, okay? Every time the business stops and waits for you, every decision that could not be made without you, every task that only you could do, every question that had to come to you, write it down. Write it down. That's documentation. And then at the end of the week, go ahead and look at the list. Don't be ashamed. The fact that you're writing it down, now you can see and you can fix it. That's going to show you the dependency map. It's going to reveal the leak. That is every place in your business that is keeping you chained to you. It's going to reveal that. Then, as always, I want you to pick one, okay? Pick one of them. Pick the one that shows up the most or the one that drains you the most. And this week, start to hand it off because now you can see it. Document it. The handoff may even be automating it, right? But because you documented it, now you can see it clear. You can document it. I always say, write the vision, make it plain, so them that see it can run with it. Who needs to see it first? You. That's biblical, believe it or not. Now you can train someone on it. So start with one. Train someone on that one thing. Because you do not free yourself all at once. So don't try to do it all at once because all you're going to do is get frustrated. You free yourself one dependency at a time. I mean, this is life, real life, right? Whether it's business or just personal stuff in your personal life. Work on it one step at a time, one bite at a time, and go back to the next one. Okay? I hope this was helpful. But listen, if you look at that list and you realize the honest truth, because I'm all about honesty, you realize the honest truth that almost nothing in your business can happen without you. Everything has been built around you. If you can't step away from it, that's the leak in your business. I want you to trace back to this one root. Trace back to this one root. The more tasks that you have, hand it off. Hand it off. so you can get it fixed. You need to see the whole picture, y'all. Every place the business depends on you across all 4 pillars that I've been talking about. You need a clear plan. You need to be able to see what to build first so it can finally run without you. That's the key. Here's a question I'm going to leave you with. I'm always going to be giving you all tips and leave you with a question. If your business could not survive 2 weeks without you, do you own a business or do you own a job that owns you? I'm getting ready to go on week 2 here in a second of being here. I'm going to be here probably about a month, but my business doesn't have to stop. Yours doesn't either. It doesn't. You did not come this far to build yourself a cage. You didn't. You came to build something that works, something that lasts, something that can actually run without running you into the ground. And that's the whole point of everything we have done, literally everything that we have done in this series. That's the whole point. And that's how you can finally step out of the center of your business. This is how you can literally, as I always say, put your business on rinse and repeat. This is how you can get your S.A.S.S on in your business. All right? Listen, before we go, I want to open up something that I don't do every week. Actually, that I haven't done at all during this series, now that we are at episode 12. And I've decided to help you all see the whole picture by mapping out every place your business depends on you and what your first fix may need to be. So what I've decided to do is open up some spots for some one-on-one strategy sessions. I'm going to tell you now, I usually don't do this. I usually do one-to-many, but I've opened up my strategy sessions. They're going to be quick, 20 minutes, just for you and me, so that we can identify some of those things. Now, I'm only taking a small number of these because they're personally with me, and I got to watch that capacity leak, right? If you want one of them, the link is actually going to be shared in the comment section. And let me go ahead. I want to grab the actual link. I'm going to set it here on the screen for you so that you can grab a strategy session. I'm going to drop it here now. But I want you to grab one. Grab your spot. Okay, it's going to be extremely important for you to grab it. I don't have many of them. Let's go here. Let's see. I don't want to put it in a banner. Or maybe I will. Let me edit this one. I'll put it as a scrolling ticker here real fast. There it is. See that? It's going to come back around. Listen. Visit discoverwithdanette.letstalkstrategies.com. Go ahead and visit that link. Lord. Visit that link. And go ahead and grab yourself one of those spots. As I mentioned, I have not done this at all through this entire series thus far, and we are in episode 12, okay? And I decided to open it up because I'm finding that so many people are struggling in this area. Now, I still want you to make sure that you do the assignment that I actually give you, because I give you something all the time, right? But I'm opening up the door. I've got a few, not a whole lot. I've got a few spaces that I'm going to be opening up on a weekly basis so that you can grab yourself a spot so that we can actually get down to the nitty gritty and we can do what we need to do to help you put your business on rinse and repeat, at least so you can identify it. Okay. So that you can see that picture, so that you can begin to have some sort of roadmap. So again, there's going to be a small number of these because it's me personally doing it. So if you want one, make sure that you visit that link that's scrolling on the bottom. I'm going to drop it also in the comment section. Go ahead and grab your spot before they're all gone. All right, y'all. This one was a bit long, but I thought it was extremely important that we go ahead and that we addressed that main root. The main root of what I've found has been taking place out of all of the episodes that I've been sharing. It is extremely important for us to address this and be real. Be real with this particular one, the one where we identify that the business is running you. That's not what we came into business for. This is Danette Moss, again, business growth and operations expert, aka the strategy lady, over at Let's Talk Strategies. I like to say home of the S.A.S.S factor. You can also join me over at Digital CEO Systems. Now, y'all, I join you all complimentary. Some people call it free. Every Tuesday, 12, or we might say 12-ish, because lately it's always been some type of tool type of issue. But I'm here and I'm showing up for you all on Tuesdays around 12-ish. And I am enjoying this series, and there's so much more to come. If you are listening to this on replay, make sure that you put hashtag replay in there, right? Let me know that you've looked at that. Share this with your business bestie. Please share with your business bestie, someone that you know needs this. I like to say all of them are extremely important because they are, but I really think the business runs on you leak is something that's going to stick and sting some of you all, and it's meant to do it, right? It's the leak that I mentioned that's underneath all of the other things, because you have been focusing on just you doing this, and the time is for you to get released, break that chain. All right. Thanks for joining me. See you next Tuesday. Again, this is Danette, business growth and operations expert, aka the strategy lady over at Let's Talk Strategies and Digital CEO Systems. Y'all take care.